All right, today we're gonna address whether watches are investments. I'm gonna hit it head on. I'm gonna be brutally honest with you guys. I'm gonna break down exactly how we price things out in our head, how we kind of evaluate the market. We're gonna go from there, all right? I drew some things on a sheet of paper. Excuse my handwriting. My photographer here, videographer, doesn't wanna show it, but I'm gonna show you anyways because it's a little bit easier to understand. Come right here. We have a Rolex Submariner, all right? What I want to go over first is I want to go over the difference between stock price, on-call price, and what you typically get with those things, and the difference between a full-blown retail pricing, all right? And of course, there's other people over here. Sometimes you're middle-of-the-mall people that occasionally get Rolexes that just oversell everything, but this is kind of the world we live in here, all right? So let's take this watch, Rolex Submariner, for example. We have what's called on stock price, which is basically what we like to buy watches at, what we like to put our money in, invest in, and that's us betting that I'm safe at this number to make money on. We are a watch dealer. We are in the business of making money for ourselves. This is what we're happy to stock, let's say a Submariner for $11,000, all right? Now you have what's called on-call price, and this is typically for dealers only. This is people that are very well connected. They're in dealer groups, they have a resale certificate, and this is typically what you get for an on-call price in the dealer world, all right? Typically when you go out, if let's say you guys came to me and you said, I wanna buy a Submariner, and we did not have it in stock, this is typically the way we're going to buy a watch, all right? So this is typically gonna be watch and card. Maybe the dealer's holding back the fact that they want to keep the box for themselves. This is obviously we're not getting any warranties from the people we buy it from. We're not paying with credit cards or anything like that, and we better pay immediately. There's no returns. There might be a link short. It probably needs a polish. There might be a ding or something that needs to be touched up. Let's say we get this watch and then we make it what's called retail ready, which would be we add a box, we make sure that it's in perfect condition in regards to no dings, no scratches. We back it with a warranty. We make sure it's 100% authentic, no games there. The difference between this price and this price is razor thin. Typically, if we're going out and we're sourcing a watch that we do not have in stock, then we're gonna pay somewhere around this and we're gonna sell it for somewhere around this, all right? Now, if we got lucky and you see something on our website that we actually bought with our own money, hopefully we bought it a little bit less than what on call is. So if somebody came to us that was a dealer, we still made a little bit of margin on it. Now that's when the margin goes even lower. Now the difference is if it's something that we had in stock originally, where we like to price our items on the majority of our inventory that we sell, probably around 85 to 90% of the inventory that we sell, we're trying to price it right here. Not full-blown retail, not on call. We're trying to give you a very fair price right in the middle, and we're trying to give you all of these things with it. We're trying to give you complete set, warranty, retail ready condition, no stories, no games, all right? Now, the big question is let's say you bought a warranty, or excuse me, not a warranty. Let's say you bought a watch from us here or anybody else, or let's say you bought one retail. When you sell it, this is what you guys got to consider, and this is where I think that it comes back on saying, is it a investment? When you buy a watch, you're either buying a watch that is really stable and the price is very stable. You're either buying a new release that just came out and you're the first one in the world to have it and you're paying secondary market for it. This is basically the way I view watches. It's either on a stable market, let's say it's a new release and it's kind of trickling down in value, or let's say that they just announced that it discontinued and it's actually on an upward trend. Let's say you bought this Submariner above for $12,500 from us, all right? So you paid close to retail, close to on call, but you got complete set, mint, whatever. What you're betting on and what you need to be okay with is if you call us, let's say something came out of the blue and they said, I need money right this second. Well, your money right this second is our stock price. From most dealers, we're gonna stock it back for that 11,000. So yes, you lose 1,500 bucks, all right? Now, let's say that they discontinue Submariners, which I don't see happening anytime soon, and they go through the moon and they're now retail on this watch is $14,500, all right? Well, now our stock price might go up to $12,500, all right? So then at that point, you're breaking even. In order for you to break even, you're betting on the market to go up. And this is where a lot of people, they reach out to me and they say, hey, I wanna buy a watch, but I also want something that I can wear for 6 months or a year, and I wanna get out of it clean. That doesn't really exist unless the market's going up, right? We're making a small margin, a fair margin on the sale, all right? And then we're gonna make a small margin when we sell it again, all right? Obviously, if you're coming back, we'll take care of you, and those numbers will be a little bit smaller, but that's just the reality about it. These are luxury items. These aren't items that a lot of people are getting in and getting out and making a ton of money on. Now, that did happen over the past couple of years with COVID when things were literally like this in the watch market, hopefully backwards. I don't know if that's straight up or not, but they were going up tremendously. Yes, you saw examples where people were buying stuff for retail, waiting 6 months and selling it wholesale and making a ton of money. That doesn't happen often, but there are cases that does happen. But all I say, buy what you like. If you can retain 85, 90% of its value after you buy a watch, I think you're doing very good. Stored value, you could take out your watch and you can fly halfway across the country and you can still get 80% of its value back. That's a great buy in my opinion. Now, I'm using this example with a Rolex. Of course, there are other brands that are not as popular as Rolex that are harder to sell. And the harder it is to sell, the range of your margin that a dealer's happy to make on a Rolex might be 5%. I'm happy to make 5% on this watch. Now, if it's a watch that's gonna take me 6, 8 months, a year to sell, and it's a high ticket value item, and we know we're gonna take 1 million trades and it's gonna be very hard to sell and there's not a ton of in the market, our margin will go up. And that is what we pay media departments to help with, and photographers and all that stuff. The margin will increase and our stock price will decrease. Keep that in mind. Long story short, appreciate you guys sticking around. Keep that in mind when you're looking to buy your next watch. Hit us up if you have any questions. I'm always happy to help and answer any questions that you may have. Thanks.